Welcome back for this Tuesday. These things are written. We pick up after 14 days on the ship in the middle of a storm. God assured Paul that he would survive this storm, and then Paul encouraged others. And as we continue looking at it, we see that God was at work to save Paul, to encourage those who are with him. We pick up our reading for today from Acts 27, verse 39. Now, when it was day, they did not recognize the land, but they noticed a bay with a beach on which they planned, if possible, to run the ship ashore. So they cast off the anchors and left them in the sea, at the same time loosening the ropes that tied the rudders. Then hoisting the foresail to the wind, they made for the beach. But striking a reef, they ran the vessel aground, and the bow stuck and remained unmovable, and the stern was being broken up by the surf. The soldiers' plan was to kill the prisoners, lest any should swim away and escape. But the centurion, wishing to save Paul, kept them from carrying out their plan. He ordered those who could swim to jump overboard first and make for the land, and the rest on planks or on pieces of the ship. And so it was that all were brought safely to land. This is the word of the Lord. This is a short reading, but it's important because it really shows how God is at work, doesn't it? The evil one we see is also at work, but God is at work more, and God has power. He will triumph over the evil one. Again, notice Luke's details on what's going on here, the plans that they had. They wanted to run the ship ashore, and he explained how to do that by cutting the anchors, unloosening the rudders so that they could steer, turning up the foresail so it could sail away down into the sea or onto the shore. But then as that was trying to work out, then they ran ashore on a reef. That prevented them. And because of that, the soldiers were scared that some of the men might escape, and if they did, they could be put to death. So they planned to kill all of the prisoners. Julius, the centurion, prevented them, once again stopping an evil plan from happening. Instead, he had them all swim to shore, or once the ship broke up from the waves beating on the stern, to be able to grab a piece of that wood and to float all safely to shore. And they did. You see, God kept his promise to Paul again. God keeps his promises to you and to me each and every time, again and again. That's how he works. You see, God had greater plans for Paul. He had plans to have him proclaim the gospel before Caesar himself. God has great plans for you as well. Trust in his plan that he has for you, even when that time seems hopeless, when you seem helpless. Know that God has all things in control, and he has you in his grip and in his care, and covered with his salvation. Go in peace, and we'll see you again tomorrow. God bless. Hey, this is Pastor Cory. I'm so glad that you have joined us for this walking through the book of Acts. It has been eye-opening for me, and I hope it has been for you, that you have learned a lot and seen how God works through his people and how God works in the lives of his people as well. Starting Monday, we are starting a brand new These Things Are Written, a daily video Bible study. We're going to continue it going with selected Psalms from the first book of the Psalms, the first 50 or so of them. We're going to not look at each and every one of them, but selected ones, some of the longer ones that we can take our time and dig throughout the week. I hope you are able to continue to join us as we look at this amazing book and how the poetry and the words that are used bring so much meaning for then and for God's chosen people now. We'll see you then. God bless.